Hey guys, it's Pam, and today's video is gonna be a story time. So today's story time is gonna be on my first love. And a quick little disclaimer about this video. Some parts I will have to kind of cut off or cut out people's names and stuff, especially his, just for the purpose of I'm not really trying to say who it is to respect his privacy and stuff, because we wasn't official and stuff. And also, if you know me really well, you're automatically gonna be able to know exactly who it was. So I kind of do need to take away some parts, but let's get right into it. Okay, so at this time, I can honestly say I was kind of going through my whole phase, I guess you can say. I'll be talking different news. I will not catch feelings. I did not want to get hurt. I just didn't want it. So I would be talking to a dude, and then I would get bored, and then it's I'm talking to the next. Then I'll get bored, then it's talking to the next. Or when I got close to catching feelings, I'll be I ain't catching feelings, and then I'll be on to the next. So anyways, me and this boy kind of knew of each other for a while, until finally we started talking. One day he hit me up to ask me something, and then I was like, okay, where'd you hear that? And then I asked who said it to him or whatever, and then he called me up. So after that, I ended up explaining to him the situation, everything, and why I wanted to know who it was. And then he started talking shit on the girl, and then we ended up just talking about different stuff. And then that night we talked till midnight. So another thing about this boy, which I will mention firstly, he was kind of a bit of a fuckboy, I guess you can say. But at the same time, I can honestly say he wasn't that bad. Because with him, things can go two ways, depending on how you go about things with him. Either y'all can end up really good friends, or he can end up messing you over. Now, how me and this boy started talking, he started being very, kind of trying to get stuff. And then I kind of was I don't know. Because I did not want to get exposed. I didn't want none of that. But one thing led to another, and then we started kind of getting more and more into it. And then my plan the whole time was you know what, I'm gonna mess around with him or whatever, and now I'm through. I'm not gonna catch feelings because I know the way you are, and you're not gonna hurt me. You ain't gonna put me through your drama. So anyways, me and him talking for a good week now, and then we was talking all night. When I say all night, we would start talking about 7 or 8. Then we would talk till 3 or 4 in the morning. And anyways, at this point, I started catching a lot of feelings. And I remember it was about a week into us talking, and then he started being hey, I love you. And I knew this wasn't true, because, we just started talking, I ain't stupid. And then, anyways, we keep talking, and then it's the last day of school. Anyways, I went out with, my friends on the last day of school, and I ended up telling my homegirl, because, anyways, she ended up dating him or whatever, and then me and her started talking and stuff. Now, I mentioned him, she was like, oh my god, he told me that 3 days in. Anyways, and I was like, whoa, are you serious? She was like, yeah, he told me he loved me 3 days in. I was like, okay. And I was like, that's how I know I can't trust him on that. So anyways, that day I remember, I had to walk home, and the way I walked home, I had to walk through dirt and stuff, and it was big rocks and stuff. And I was just wearing sandals, and my sandals were very the material on the bottom was pretty thin. So a rock hit my foot or whatever, and I hurt my foot. So that day when I walked home, my foot hurt so bad to the point that I thought I couldn't walk. So I held on FaceTime with him we was doing every day. And by now it's been 2 weeks or whatever. No, more than 2 weeks. It was the 3rd week in of us talking. And then my parents was planning to go to Arizona. And then I was like, you know what, I'm going to stay home. And then he can come over. So I hit him up and I tell him what I'm gonna do, and he's like, hey, let's go, and I was sitting there all happy, I'm gonna be chilling with him, let's go. But then things kind of came in to where I had to go with my family, so he couldn't come over, and he was all bummed out and stuff, but it was whatever. So we still talking, right? And then it was about 3 weeks in? No, but about, okay, 2 weeks into us talking is when I felt I'd been caught feelings, but my feelings was getting up there. Because we was still talking every night till 3 or 4 in the morning for 3 weeks in. And the second week I started being you know what, I got feelings for him. I got feelings. And I knew I didn't love him, but I cared a lot about him at this point. And I really started trusting him. Because I let him see me, at points where I didn't let other people really see me unless he was this with me. Like, you saw me completely with no makeup on. And I used to be really insecure about my eyebrows because I have a scar on this side. And I used to always have on foundation, full face of makeup because I had acne on my forehead. So I hated anyone like see me without my makeup on. But I would call him up, my hair will be up, I'll be wearing nothing. He would still be like, damn, like, you looking cute, Ma. And I'll be like, I know. Like, you know, I was really like, anyways. Now I remember, I was all like, hey, like, I gotta tell you something. He was like, alright, what's up? And I was like, I love you. Because I would never tell this boy I love you back. Because I knew, like, if I don't love you, I won't say it back. One time, no, 2 times I said it back when I didn't mean it. Like, this year so far. But other than that, I will not, if I don't love you, I will not say I love you back. I will not. But with him, I felt like I was catching feelings. I really cared. So I ended up being like, hey, I love you too. Or I love you. And then we keep on talking and stuff. And by this point, we telling each other, like, I love you every day. We still talking on the phone until like 3 or 4. And we was talking about everything. When I say we was talking about everything, like, we was talking about everything. Like, we talked about our childhoods, kind of. We talked about the future. We ended up talking about even, like, what type of kid we would want. We talked about having a little, like, kid together. I remember we was talking about, like, we was gonna have a little son with, like, some curly hair. Like, we was really, like, we talked about putting our kid in sports. We really was, I can honestly say, he did care. I don't care what happened. He cared about me. He'll hit me up every morning, every night. Like, we was like this. Like, he became my best friend. So anyways, we talking and stuff, and then eventually summer began, and then about a good week and a half in, I told my homegirl, and then she was like, hold up, but I thought he got a girlfriend, and he dating this girl, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, hold up, who is she? Like, he don't got a girl? No, we've been talking all this time, like, he don't got a girl. And I really trusted him at this point. Like, I knew the type of stuff people say about him and the type of dude he was. But the way we talked and everything, like, I fell hard. Like, when I say I fell hard, bro. So anyway, so I texted him. I'm like, hey, can I ask you something? He was like, yeah, what's up? And I was like, hey, I know this probably ain't true, but do you got a girlfriend? And then I said, like, blah, blah's name. And then I was like, are you in blah, blah dating or whatever? I didn't even know who the girl was. He was like, honestly, I don't know. Hold up. You don't know? What you mean you don't know? So then I was like, okay, you don't know? What's that supposed to mean? And then he was like, well, I mean, we haven't talked all summer and stuff. And I started being like, okay, but you guys didn't officially break up? He was like, no. And I was like, well, can you go and, like, say something? Because you're saying you're talking to me and all this stuff. I'm not talking to anybody else. I didn't trip out like that, but I was kind of like, okay, are you going to break up with her and stuff? He's like, yeah, I will, I promise, blah, blah, blah. He's like, we haven't talked all summer, you know, I just didn't officially break up with her, and I really am into you, blah, 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 all this extra stuff. So then I was like, all right, cool. Now, here's where I was dumb at. Summer was like 6 to 8 days in. You're telling me you haven't talked to her 6 to 8 days, but you've been talking to me for like a good month and a half now. What the stupidity at its finest. But you know, after that we kind of started drifting a bit, but we would still be talking every day, but we stopped like FaceTiming so much because he started getting really busy, and then I was getting busy too with stuff, so we didn't really have the time. But we were still close. Looking back, we were still definitely close and stuff. And we still had that friendship. But I started feeling like we was losing it. Anyways, so I want to say it was about 2 months into us talking, I felt like we really drifted. And my mom, she took away my phone for a night because she was like, you know what, I don't want you on your phone all night, blah, 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 and all this extra stuff. So she set it on the countertop and was like, look, you could get your phone back in the morning, but I don't want you on your phone all night. Is that cool? And I was like, all right, fine, whatever. But then it was like late, and I was like, I really miss him. Like, I couldn't go to sleep. Like, I miss him. Like, you know, and I was like, and I started being all up in my feelings. Like, we drifted apart, like, and at this point, I thought I loved him because I fell so hard, and I really trusted him. He knew me better than a lot of people by this time. He was my best friend by this time. He felt like my best friend. So I really started to love him. I'll get into that later, but you know, I felt like I loved him. So I was like, you know what, I'm sneaking back my phone. We gonna text, we gonna FaceTime. I'm gonna fix this. I'm going to fix this. So anyways, I go in there. I thought my mom was asleep. Sneak my phone out. I text him. Next thing you know, me and this boy start sending stuff. Like, if you know what I mean. I was stupid. But anyways, here's where it got even stupider. Whatever he was saying, he was saving our chat. And then when I said something back, he was saving it in our chat on Snap. So we had all that stuff saved in our chat. And then we would FaceTime on Snap because he didn't have his iPhone yet. So anyways, we started FaceTiming after we was done sending stuff. You know, I'm laughing and stuff and everything. And then my mom come into my room. And she's sitting here like, give me your phone. Like, why are you on your phone this way? Blah, 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 blah. Like, you know. Like, she gave me that look. Like, you know that look that your mom gives you? She's about to take your phone. Like, give me your phone. You know? And then I'm sitting here all sad on the phone. Like, hey, like, we gonna call him Curtin. Because, where's it, Curtin? So I was like, hey, like, Curtin, I gotta go. Like, I love you, though. Blah, blah, blah. He's like, hey, I love you, too, and all that stuff. Now, here's where stuff got dumber. Well, not dumber, but it got worse. He started blowing up my phone. Like, texting like 5 or 6 messages in a row. Like, dang, it sucks you how it go. Like, I miss you. And then I love you. And then, baby, where you at? Like, stuff like that, you know. My mom, she keep on seeing his name pop up. His name pop up. And I had his name, like, with some hearts and stuff. Like, I really, like, he was my boo. Anyways. So, my mom, she decided to open it. Now, she starts scrolling up. And then she see, like, stuff. Like, you know, I hope you get what I'm trying to say. But she starts seeing stuff between me and him. Oh, my God. I remember laying in bed scared that she was going to open my messages. And then she did. And then here's what happened. I think she was like in the living room looking at it or in her room. And she yells out and she got an accent, a Bulgarian accent. She was like, Mama! And I was like, oh fuck, I'm in trouble. She called me by my full name. Like, I was in trouble. She comes into my room pissed off. When I say she was mad, she was, oh. She looked like she was ready to break my phone. Like, she was mad, bro. And then she was all like, I don't know what you're thinking. You're never getting this phone back. No, first she comes like, so what have you been doing lately? What have you been up to? And I was like, what do you mean? Like, nothing. Like, I haven't been doing anything. Like, what do you mean? She pulls up my phone and puts it in my face. Oh, my God. Fuck. I was so... I was in trouble. And then she was like, you're never getting your phone back, blah, blah, blah. You're never, blah, blah, blah. Like, I can't believe this. She was like, and I saw you say something about him coming over. Because, okay, we was planning again on him trying to come over. When they, like, went out of town, I was going to try and get myself to stay home so he could come over and stuff. But, you know, she saw messages and stuff. So then she was like, oh, you're going to sneak people into my house? So after that, she started... So after the next day, anyways, we go to the store. We're doing everything after work and everything. I was so in my feelings, bro. I kept on tearing up all day. I'm crying all day. I legit cried. I never cry over a dude, but I cried over him. I was stupid. But anyways, so I'm sitting here like, I need my phone back. Like, I love him. Like, I care about him. Like, how you gonna take my phone? I was like, Mom, I'm so sorry. Like, I promise I won't do it again. Like, I was tripping. I was tripping, bro. So anyways, finally at the end of the day, I'm in my room. I don't want to talk to nobody. I don't want to eat. Every time we go somewhere, I'm tearing up in the car. I'm tearing up in the store. Like, I was hurt. Because I thought I was never going to talk to him again. And I guess I loved him. Like, I really cared about him. Like, you know, like, that was my homie. Like, you know, like, anyway, so she ended up being like, alright, you know what? Here's what's going to happen. She was like, you can have your phone back for 1 hour a day. You can't have it in the bathroom. You can't go to your room. You have to be sitting on this couch when you use that phone. So I was like, alright, cool. You know. So I finally texted him like, hey, guess what? I get my phone back for an hour. He's like, hey, that's what's up. So me and him keep talking or whatever. But we kept on drifting. So, but we was still close. Looking back, we was still close. And it was still like that But you know, I felt like I was losing him and I was really tripping. So after I started working, so I had my phone all night. I would go to work around 7 o'clock and then I wouldn't get home till like 7 in the morning. Cause what I did was I was like a truck helper or whatever. So like I would go to my stepdad work. Now, another thing too is I had a babysit all day. And my mom would be at work sometimes, so I got to keep my phone all day on me. And I would just put it back on the kitchen countertop and act as if I didn't have it on me all day. Now, when you're working all night and then you're up all day kind of watching kids and stuff, you're going to get very, like, easily irritated, just grouchy and in a bad mood. Now, me and him, we stopped FaceTiming, but we would still text every day and stuff. Now, I started missing those FaceTime calls, like, missing all of that. And I felt like I completely lost him. Honey, you did not know what completely losing him was yet. But you know, I wasn't realizing that. But I understand my feelings too. So anyways, so one morning we was talking when I got home and stuff. And I was very irritated and mad. He started trying to be all flirty and stuff. And I was not in the mood. I was mad. I wasn't mad, but I was feeling very hurt. Like, you know, I kept on overthinking. I was like, you know what, like, so it's like, so I started being kind of like bitchy, I guess. And he was like, hey, what's up with you? You were just happy, now you acting this. And I was like, nothing's wrong. Like, you know, I'm good. Like, what you mean? He's like, yeah, something's wrong. Just tell me what's up. So I was like, honestly, I'm like pissed because, you know, I feel like we disconnected. I feel like you didn't try and none of saying, like, honestly, I feel like you treat me like another one of these hoes on your phone. That's when he was all like, out of that whole paragraph, all he took was the fact that I felt like I was another one of his hoes. He gonna text me back like, oh, so you feel like you're just another hoe? Fine, then how about we stop talking and stuff? Like, he was pissed. When I say he was pissed. Like, you could tell. So anyways, I was like, you know, it's not what I meant. He's like, I'm sorry, I just don't want you feeling that way. Like, this is stressful on me too, and all this stuff. So we keep on going back and forth until finally we was just like, fuck it, like, whatever, I'm through. Not through, but like, I need a break. So anyways, I talked to my homeboy or whatever, I'm all sad and stuff, and then I end up texting him like, hey, like, you know what, like, I'm sorry I was acting stupid. And he was still like pissed. Cause like, you know, I did trip out. I was happy, then I tripped out. So anyways, he was like, you know what, it's whatever. And it's whatever. So then we don't talk for a whole month, I'd say. Maybe less than a month, but we didn't talk for that long. The whole time, I'm sitting here doing the most. I'm trying to look cute. I'm trying to take pictures. I'm trying to get his attention, bro. When I say I miss him, I missed him. Like, I was in my feelings a lot. I was just, oh my god. But then, I was friends with his homegirl and stuff. Now, I'm not going to get too into that, but pretty much, I saw on her story a picture of some piggies. And guess what the picture said? It said, thanks, Curtin. Or, no, not thanks, Curtin, but something Curtin. Now, I was like, hold up. I know you're not talking about the same Curtin. Curtin? No, that's my Curtin. Like, you know, we wasn't together, but we acted as if we was together. And we already was so, like, I love you, and I was like, I love you, like, you know, I was very, like, that's my homeboy. I was like, what do you mean, Curtin? I didn't tell her anything, but later on, I met another homeboy. And then me and him met at, like, McDonald's? Yeah, because I had to get dropped off at McDonald's or something since I wasn't 18 to, like, be allowed to go in the truck and work and stuff, but my stepdad took me anyway. And then he would pick me up from there, and then I'll go work. But I'll stay there for a good hour. So I was chilling one day, and I met this homeboy. He came up to me, and was like, hey, you cute? Because I kept on checking him out. He was looking at me, he was like, hey, you cute? Would you snap? And then we stayed there, and we talked for a whole hour and stuff. After I met that homeboy, we still, like, talked and stuff. And then something popped off between us, too. Because I was very, like, you know what, I think Curtin me over. He don't care about me. If he's sitting there and messing around with her, he don't care. You know what, I'm going to get myself over him. I'm going to mess around with this homeboy. So, something popped off between me and that homeboy. And then, anyways, Curtin decided to hit me up, like, the same night or a night after. Something popped off between me and that homeboy. So, anyways, he hits me up. I was like, yeah, I miss you and all that stuff. And I was like, honestly, like, you better than these other dudes. He's like, yeah, I know. He's like, hello, but what you mean I'm better? And I was like, you just better. Like, you know what I mean? And then this point, he's like, hold up, have you been talking to somebody else or something? And I was like, I mean, I wouldn't say talking, but, like, something popped off. I was like, hold up, what you mean popped off? And then he started being like, what happened and all this stuff. And I ended up telling him what popped off. He was like, oh, I know you joking. And I was like, no, I'm not joking. You had that picture and some hickeys on there. I didn't do all that stuff the way you did. He was like, okay, that didn't happen. You know what, you getting this whole situation mixed up and all that stuff. And at this point, I didn't know if I could trust him. Because first of all, he didn't tell me about that other girl. So my trust was kind of low on him. I was like, you know what, I don't know if you even telling me the truth. But I acted like, you know what, okay, if you say so. I was like, whatever. And I was like, look, I'm sorry. So we started being like, we're gonna start over. But we got to a point to where we kept on trying to make each other jealous and stuff. And like, I'll try and be all cute. He would try and be all cute. I'll be like, "Bye, see my new boo." And he'd be like, "Oh, so you got a new boo now," and stuff like that. So it just kept on getting really petty. Anyways, we kept on talking and stuff. And so it got to a point to where we pretty much just kept on having little arguments and fights every time like we would talk. Like every day we would have a little fight or something, and it just got really dumb. So finally I reached a point to where I was like, you know what, we're through. I can't do this anymore with you. Like, how about we just go our separate ways? Because we keep on fighting. Like, I can't take this. He was like, alright, cool. If that's what you want, then I guess that's what it is. I was like, well, is that what you want? He's like, it's what you want, so fine. Anyways, he was pretty mad and everything. And then I still have feelings and everything, though, because I kind of told him it's through because I wanted to see what he was going to do a part of me. Like, I wanted to see if he was going to try, I guess, fight for me. Not fight for me, but chase after me. You get what I mean? But it's been like, let's say 3 days, and I was missing him so much. Not missing him so much, but just thinking like, dang, like, you know, I still have feelings. So I have a new best friend and everything. Because me and her met through, like, the new year and everything. And I was telling her about everything. And I was like, you know, I still have feelings. I don't know what to do. Like, I don't want to go back and then for it to mess up even more. But then at the same time, I can't let go, you know. I still have feelings and he might still have feelings. So then she was like, you know what, just tell him how you feel. Just, you know, try and tell him exactly how you feel and see where it goes. And I was like, alright, cool. So it was like, it was night, I know, and then I texted him like, hey, he was like, hey, what's up? And he was like, so how you been? I was like, I've been good, how about you? And then, you know, we had a small conversation or whatever, and I was like, okay, so I gotta tell you something. He was like, alright, what's up? And then I told him how I still have feelings, and I kind of went into like how he was like something special or all that. And looking back, it was kind of dumb the way I said things, but you know, I wasn't fully putting it all together the right way, I guess. But here's where things messed up. And when I knew it's done, really. So then he was like, all we did was mess around, pretty much. And then I was like, all we do is mess around, so that's all I meant to you all this time? He was like, no, that's not what you meant, but... And then that's it. I was like, okay, then what do you mean? And then he didn't say anything back. And he just tried to say something dumb, like, hey, so, like, you trying to, like, send something? And I was like, no. So after we kind of stopped talking and everything. And then it got to a point to where we would be talking on and off and on and off. Like, at one point, he started talking again, and then we kind of started, like, texting a lot again. But then I see him with another female. And on his story, he put that she was his girl or whatever, and it's set from 4 weeks ago or something like that. And I was like, oh, so you gonna deal with the girl. But then he was visiting out here and was trying to hang out with me. So it's kind of like, what you doing? Anyways, we kept on being very on and off, and I dated someone new out here, and at that point I kind of needed his advice because we started being friends. But then I told him, like, you know what, you know, I don't know with you. Again, back at that, I don't know what you think, after we started talking one last time. So then I asked him for advice. You know, he kept on giving me advice because I was very unsure with my relationship. And then it got to a point to where in that relationship the guy was kind of messing around and stuff, and I needed his advice to see, like, am I tripping or is this true? And you know, he gave me advice and he did help me with that. So anyways, and then me and him started being kind of like friends and everything. But then I also told him, like, hey, you know, I don't know, I kind of might still have feelings. Because before that he was like, hey, I have feelings for you and all this stuff. So I was like, alright, cool. And then we started FaceTime more and stuff. Like, we were playing each other in like 8-ball and like those little iOS games, and then we FaceTime right after and stuff. So we weren't as close, and that connection really was gone. But I don't know, I guess I was trying to build it back up and get it back when it just wouldn't come back. And one day we was FaceTiming and stuff, and then we started joking around, and he started talking about like how we got different options and all that stuff. And I was like, alright, cool, you know, I got options too. You ain't the only one, you know, being myself. And then eventually it turns into like us joking around, him saying like, something about how he don't got feelings for me no more, like how, you know, I'm his homegirl, but at the same time, I'm just an option in a weird way, like that. And I took that as like, okay, you know, that's not okay. So then at that point, we kind of drifted more and more and more. Until it got to a point to where he started kind of trying to take it. To a point to where he would really start getting on my nerves. I post a picture on Snapchat or send a streak or whatever. And the first thing his boy will say is like, hey, pull your shirt up for me, or hey, do this or that. And that feels so disrespectful to me. Do not ask, no. And especially since the fact he knew I wasn't down for it no more. It's been a long time since all that was going on between me. Do not, and especially for you to say that with me, don't do that. That's complete disrespect, and I'm not gonna let you take advantage of me. So at that point, I decided, like, you know what? It's time to remove y'all from my life. So after he said that another time, and I was so annoyed, because, like, he kept on doing this, and I would keep on being leave him an open or being no. And it would just get on my very last nerve. When I say this got on my last nerve, it got on my last nerve. So, you know, I decided, you know what? It's time to remove him. So I went on my Snapchat and I blocked him. I went to his phone number and removed him out of my contacts, cleared out a conversation, muted him. I went to Instagram, I unfollowed him. And now he's pretty much on my life for the most part. I mean, like, you know, still here and there he tries to, like, scooch himself in through Instagram because I didn't fully block him, you know. But other than that, like, I kind of had to let go. And since I let him go, things have been going pretty great for me. Like, you know, I got a date coming up. Like, things are good, bro. But that's the story. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, definitely click that thumbs up. Definitely subscribe to the video, comment. And thank you so much, guys. And that's it.